The Chief Operating Officer of NTT India Ltd. He is an IT industry veteran with over 3 decades of experience. He has been an architect of breakthrough innovative services, relationships, and marquee outcome-based managed service engagements. In his own way, he has contributed to building a digital India through large-scale deployment and management of IT assets for some of the largest banks and financial institutions, manufacturing conglomerates, telecom service providers, and in the services sector. Fondly known as Shailu, he is passionate about nurturing long-lasting relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Shailu. Please come.
You can hear me, and before I start, I must congratulate you for your presentation, Commodore. Thank you so much for sharing your passion. Can I have a round of applause for Commodore, please? Hopefully, in this session, I'll try to bring them in our civilian world and also try to share some success story which we are doing in civilian world and trying to help business, society, and environment both. And my specific interest is to people sitting over there, the project managers, and these projects where we have deployed project management methodologies. I think it will interest you people. So thank you, sir. Namaskar, Adab, Sat Shri Akal, and very good morning. My name is Shailendra Badoni, and a very warm welcome to all of you in PMI 2020. Welcome again. And I want to thank PMI Mumbai chapter, especially you, sir, for inviting me and giving this opportunity to interact with all of you. It's indeed a great pleasure for me, honor, privilege to interact with professionals like you and share some success stories, what we are doing, and in turn learn about that. I respect your time. I respect your time today on Sunday, and I thank you for listening to me. So thank you, all the audience which is over here, for being present today here. Today's theme, what was shared with me, is about reform, perform, and transform. And all the speakers which I came early, I wanted to hear their vision about it. All the speakers spoke about their ideas, their projects, their vision in these themes. And I liked all the presentation. In fact, there were quite a few learnings from each of projects. Do you agree with me? So once again, can I hear a round of applause for all the speakers which we had today, right? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not very sure which is such a prestigious speaker spoken, but what I try to do now is share with you 2 transformational path-breaking projects or success stories that have changed the life of the people. In these 2 projects, we have pushed the limit on the technologies. And technologies are all cutting-edge technologies. Technologies like IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, analytics, cyber security, digital infrastructure, you name it, and all this in multi-cloud environment. We have brought all these cutting-edge technologies together. Together, we do great things. And all the youngsters, professionals of PMI, we have taken a hybrid approach in project management methodology by combining the power of Agile as well as waterfall methodologies to gain the business objectives. Together with all these technologies, cutting technologies, and with project management hybrid approach, we have achieved what we call as a business objectives and helping benefit to the society as well as the environment. As you know, the project managers, the execution needs to be ruthless and flawless. You will see in these success story, this project exclamation, ruthless execution about it. As they say, coming together is a beginning and working together is a success. I want to begin this journey of sharing with you these success stories. And I want to invite you and join me with and going through the success stories what we have done in last couple of years. Are you ready to join with me? Yes. Yeah, thank you. And before, you need to excuse me, before I really share with those success story, a little bit I will talk about NTT Ltd, which I am part of it. Not more than a couple of slides on that. NTT is a large conglomerate. It is more than $100 billion company. $100 billion company. It has more than 300,000 employees, more than 3 lakh employees all across the world. A truly global giant. And it has more than 120 years of heritage. But as change is the only constant, the 28 such NTT companies have come together and formed what I call is the NTT Ltd, which I am part of it. As I said, we had an amazing past, and now with coming together of these 28 brands, we can promise even further amazing future. These numbers are, as I said, speak from themselves, but as I said, I'm very proud of the heritage of 120 years what we carry in this company. One of the strongest belief what we have is that together with our clients, together with our partners, and together with our society, that is me and you, we work together, we can deploy intelligent technological solutions that not only help meet the business objective, but also serve the society and the environment. Are you with me? So these are the two case studies or two success stories I want to share with you. One is about cycling, and another is about rhino. Cycling and rhino. You find it interesting what technology got with these two, right? But I'll share with you what is the success story about these two. The first one is about cycling. It's a cycling race story where we have pushed the limit of technologies to give, revolutionize the fan or viewing experience. And the second is about what I call as a connected conservation, where we are creating a future where animals can roam free. You are with me? So first one is about car racing. Car racing, I'll talk about a car racing called Tour de France. Tour de France, I don't know how many people have heard about it. It is some facts about it. It is one of the most popular, it is one of the most followed, and one of the most difficult cycle race in the world. Give you some statistics. Around 21 days of cycling, more than 3,500 kilometers of cycling, more than 40 teams, 180 participants on various gradients, on plains, on mountains, on rivers, across various countries. They cycle for anti-clockwise, clockwise, on remote condition, one of the most difficult terrain between the France and neighboring countries. This is a very much pressure on the individuals to do that. Very, very, as I said, is the most difficult one. Second one, very important aspect, and read my lips. Tour de France is arguably the world's largest, again I'll repeat, world's largest followed viewership it has. Give you some numbers. Summer Olympics, last one, 2 billion followership. FIFA World Cup, the last one, 2018, 3.2 billion viewership. Tour de France, 3.5, around the same time, 2018, it's the annual one, 3.5 billion viewership. So on one side, we had this challenge of the most difficult terrain cycling race, working around over 21 days. And second, to cater to viewing experience of 3.5 billion users. And the third challenge is that 3.5 billion users profile. These user profile is completely different ages, different genders, different society, classes. Each one of them want a very close and very real action. They want to be part of this action, and not on TVs, but on a different channel of communication. Do you agree that nowadays we want to see and watch a program not only on TV, but on the go, right? We want to do it. So that's the challenge. Difficult terrain, long time, 3.5 billion users, and users with different demand, very, very demanding and different kind of demand. So that's the challenge was thrown to us, and that's what we took that challenge, and NTT became the technology partner for NTT, for Tour de France. And as I said, we wanted from living room, this experience to stadium and beyond. Today's viewers are very, very, very demanding. They want to be close to the action. They want to interact that action. They want to share that action. And that also, as I said, on a various different communication channel. So what did we do about it? And before that, just a quick summary on a video of this Tour de France, which will give you an idea about what the Tour de France is all about. Can I have a volume, please, on this? Can we have volume? So this was the first challenge was thrown to us. As I said, challenge was about different terrain, difficult terrain, 3.5 largest viewership, and of course the demanding one. So what did we do? We brought all it together. Together we do great things. That's the theme of my presentation. Together with our clients, together with our partners, and together with society, we can do great things. And Tour de France, as I said, pushes the limit on the human endurance. Just to give you some numbers to you. How many people would have been here today, let's say? Can I get a guess? How many people are there today? 250. So if we eat each of us 900 pizza from Pizza Hut, that's the kind of calorie what we will accumulate. These people lose that much calorie during this 21 days of the cycle of that. 250 people, 6 liter, 1 flash. If you go to the flush, we do a 6 liter of water. That's kind of sweat. These cyclists over 21 days, they lose that kind of sweat over there. A huge endurance on physical, pushing the limit on that. What we did to match to that, we pushed the limit on the technologies. And technologies, as I said, is all cutting-edge technologies. You must have heard these cutting-edge technologies: multi-cloud, IoT, AI/ML, cybersecurity, you name it, digital data, infrastructure, and analytics. What we did, so it has a 3 combination very high broadly. What we did, we put a 100-gram next generation sensor below the seat of each and every cyclist. It's the next generation telemetric. It captures the data, more and more data, and more information, and accurately in a real time. Information like what is the wind speed, gradient, wind direction, and make that data more richer. And from there, the second one is about, second one is about this big data. These are, imagine, data centers, huge data center, but they are mobile. The data center on a truck. They move almost 500 kilometers during this race, right? During the race over there. And these are all connected. These are cloud connected. They can be managed anytime from anywhere, and they can scale to handle any large data. Or finally, most importantly, is the third one, which is about this machine learning. Machine learning, which is the complex algorithms we have written on our real-time data analytics platform, which makes predictions on the performance and the possible outcome of the race. For example, whether there is going to be a crash going to happen, or whether somebody is going to break away from the group, who's going to be the winner in the stage, and many more. So these three combinations of telemetry and the big data on the mobile and complex algorithms or machine learning makes the viewing experience real time, right? That's the real time we do about it. As I said, high level, the whole thing is done into these three things. One is about data collection. Once you collect the data, you analyze it and do a lot of analytics on that, and then share that data with commentators, with viewers, with live TV to tell the story. Just to see, these are some visual examples. We capture the data, and you must understand these are difficult terrain. These are like rivers, mountains. There is no connectivity. So connectivity is provided by what? Connectivity is provided by car solution, by helicopters flying over there, the connectivity to collect the data, or by aeroplanes. These are fed into this big data trunks which are traveling and with a station. And what these data trunks they do? They will do analysis of the data, right? Analytics is important. Data is data. We need to analyze it and do the machine learning to make predictions. And these predictions are then fed to various channels to tell the story, to engage the client, to engage the viewers in various ways. These are the various ways, whether we are talking about social media, app here, live streaming, race center on a cloud, and whether it is on TV, everything, village, live TV, commentators, these are fed to all these channels to tell the story. Are you with me till now? Yes. Thank you. And as I said, you can do much more with data, right? What I told you about is the data collection. Data collection, you can do many things. As I talked to you about location, wind, speed, whatever. There are a lot of things like latitude, a lot of data collections. The data is made rich by all this information. And then it is run on all these. This middle one is all the engine which does hosting, historical data. It goes on to 300 million historical data which we are available for. This race is started from 1903. It's 1903 it started. So it has a huge history, all the data connected and made. And then finally, as I said, it is fed to all these people for storytelling. Yeah. Some innovation facts with you I would like to share. Which makes, how big is it? As I said, each cyclist every second sends the data back on those telemetry, right, to do it. So it's almost like 3 million reading per stage, and there are 21 stages over here. These kind of massive readings are being done. Second thing I told you about is that these sensor data connectivity is through helicopter. It has to go fast, right? The maximum time taken is a 400 millisecond. The data comes, It is then sent back for information. And on this raw sensor data is a raw data. It is added with 53 different attributes. Attributes like gradient, as I said, about speed, direction, which all impacts the performance of an individual, which can impact the performance of the race outcome. The data is more made richer about that. And you must understand, in this race is like 21 days, different stages, different countries. Many times the distance between the riders can be as high as 30 kilometers. The speed of each one is different. We have to track each one. We can't lose of anybody else. In this race, there are 40 teams done. So apart from individual, we have to also follow the team. So this kind of tracking is done over there, which is very difficult and makes it, the technology has to be available at every time, every moment, in whatever different technologies or different terrain it is there. Some more innovation facts. After collecting the data and doing it richer, some more interesting facts are about is that how do we manage this data? Where are the skills available? All these are managed by our people in different countries. There are 5 from different countries we manage it. All this needs to be connected, cloud connected everywhere where we can take action on that, right? We also have something called LeCode, where we ask individuals and we ask society, we ask anybody or hackers to come and contribute it towards making this success. This requires a lot of coding. Every time there is a lot of new challenges over there. So we seek not only help from our company, we open up this for everybody to contribute towards this. That's the main one. And this machine learning, I'll give you an example. This machine learning is the most complex but the most important aspect of this race, where we make a prediction. And last year, we made a prediction that one Mr. Belgium will win a time race. And actually that gentleman is not a regular winner over there. But by analyzing his performance and by feeding in our machine learning platform, we could predict that he would be the winner of this. And as luck would have had it, he was a winner of it. So that's the power of learning, machine learning and analysis we can do. Some couple of more innovation facts with you. As I said, and it is interesting with the technology people, we have 300 million historical data. 300 million, because records are there. And per stage, for a prediction matrix, 150,000 decision metrics are made. To make a predictions, you require decision metrics. It is very, very complex AI and machine learning about that's there. We also have a LeBus, which I talked to you about. It does, what should I say, latest technologies it used for prediction. And it gives information like, are there going to be some crash going to happen? Is it some people are running too fast or distance is increasing? And that gives the interesting story for commentator to build the interest of the audience which are involved over there. And then the engagement starts over there, right, about that. There is one more interesting one, which is below here, which what it does, it creates a virtual, at the end of the stage, what is going to happen. And this is fed to all the people who are supporting this. So imagine I'm in support staff and I come to know in advance that what is going to happen in the stage. Then we were prepared. They get prepared for, is there going to something is going to happen, and they get prepared over there at every stage, whether accident or any medical help is required or anything. They know it and they get prepared about it. Some large number again, as I said, 3 trillion calls to our Twitter handle during the stage about that, the race is there. Some last couple of more interesting innovation facts, just to share with the size and enormity of it. Such event, the biggest viewership event, 2.5 billion, has also prone to the massive cyber attacks, right? You will appreciate that. In the last one, as I said over here, more than 1.4 million unauthorized access attempts were made during the last year's race. And it was made, as I said, cybersecurity solutions we have put over there to protect the data. And the ma'am would have been here. She would have been happy to see over here what I was talking about. I was talking about this big truck which travels for 5,000 kilometers because the data center cannot be stationary. It needs to be mobile. It needs to be, though, connected to the cloud always, for that matter, and can be managed everywhere. And very interestingly, we keep on adding. In 2018, we added augmented reality, right? Immersive. You must have seen, you go to somewhere else and you wear those AR one on there. And that has been added. And then now the viewers can be part of actual race as if they are participating in 3D and then get the viewing experience. Otherwise, you can't engage this generation in these games. They want more and more and more demanding about it. I talked to you about AR. You can see the gentleman over here is wearing this, and it allows users to view the course and live race data in 3D and walk around it. It's very, very interesting when you see it about it. I'm sure you must have seen AI in various places. Man versus machine, we want to keep inventing and keep the people engaged. And that's the game we play. So you can be a part of a game, and then you can part of a team, and then work on another team for that matter, and then as if you or your team is participating over here. Libus, as I said, it is a machine learning module, and that studies the movement of the people, the shape, everything, and predicts what are the potential key race outcomes. Like, as I said, about attacks is going to happen, is it going to be a change in the pace, and potential crashes for that matter. See something? There's actual race. You can see the gradients which is varying around it. So when the commentator sees about it, all this data is continuously getting challenged and then over there about that. One more thing interesting, I'll show you a quick slide, which just observe. People from the behind, these are the predictions are getting made that these could be the winner of these. Just follow over here, the commentary you would have heard, you would have been very interesting to hear it. How the people, the PO and TBM is going to lead. Just see over there how they are breaking out from there and now coming in front, and how the PO is taking a lead, and now you'll see the TBM breaking away from the left side of it. So these are all available for the speaker to speak and commentary to hear about that, and how is this coming reader, and then they're fighting it. These are all done as in individual in advance about is available for engaging, and this is all done, as I said, about putting that limit on the technologies what we have put it over there, which is I talked to you about the telemetry, collection data, doing something, making that data richer, and then using artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict and then tell this to various channels to tell stories. And that's how we engage 2.5 billion, 3.5 billion users across the world for on that. And every year it is reaches. It is one of the things I wanted to tell you, that both these success stories are in action. What I mean by in action, that from 2000, we have done it before, we are doing it now, and we are continuing to do it and making it more richer and more user-friendly and more relevant to the business as we progress, right? For example, in this story, we are there for last 2013, and we are the partner for them again on this. There are huge data. Any IT guy, and one of the things which is actually the mammoth is not possible, 100 trillion individual decisions are made during this Tour de France. This is the massive, one of the most IT, this kind of numbers are not very heard of it. So we can do lots of data. We can engage with, all over the fans, and which is a very important aspect of it, right? These are some numbers, some large numbers. And these can be used by merchandise. They can sell by merchandise, so that helps their business, right? So there are a lot of added advantage with the data for the fan engagement is there. So just to summarize, after giving that problem statement initial, and after deploying this, what the two difference look like. A quick video, hopefully give you some clips. Thank you. I hope you found it interesting and we can talk a little more, but the last one I will touch about the next success story, a little more closer to me. I've been part of that success story, and that's the success story I'm talking about. It's about connected conversation, where we're using again the technologies, we're pushing that limit on the technology, using the project management methodologies, the combining the power of project management, ruthless and flawless execution, and creating a space and creating a future where animals can create and roam freely. Yeah, so that's what I'll talk about. This is the protect the rhino by tracking people and not by tracking rhino. That's the change we brought in our approach in this one. It is called connected conservation. It's said that what we do today will shape our future. And the problem statement shared to us by the Wildlife Environmental Society of South Africa was like this. Every 8 hours, there is a rhino getting poached in South Africa. That makes it 3 in a day. That means how many? Around, let's say, 1,200 in a year. And the prediction is that if this continues, then by 2025, there will be no rhino over there. That's the problem statement again was shared with us. It's not that they were not doing anything before. They were, of course, very, lot of work is done by a lot of companies, a lot of work by NGOs, a lot of work by government. But somewhere, the results were not showing about it. Results were still about that. And then you will ask what will happen, right? If the rhino goes, let it go, right? How does it matter? But it's not like that. It is a complete catastrophic on our entire ecosystem would be there. There is an impact on industry. The economical is there, the social is there, and environmental, all kind of impact would be there if rhino goes. It is not that as simple that rhino goes for that matter. Why did we get involved? As I said, we very strongly believe that together, that is together with our clients, together with our partners, and together with society, we can deploy intelligent technological solutions that can not only give us a business benefit, but can serve the society and environment. That's the strong belief we had, and that is why we got involved into that, along with our client, which is this park, and with our partners. Is there somebody from Cisco here today? Is there anybody from Cisco organization? So, oh yeah, good. So, sir, thank you for your company's contribution. We worked along with them in this contribution. NTT, Cisco, and and of course and as I said, a new look at the conservation. There are many conservations were there over there, but what they used to do, go in a helicopter, dart that rhino. It's very painful, traumatic, and put a sensor on the rhino, either on their horn or there, because other bodies you can't pierce rhino as such. It's very, very tough to do it. And traumatic, many times there are deaths over there, and then you track rhino, right? That's the whole idea was that. And what we said, let's do a new way, let's track people. In all these game park, they call in South Africa them as a game park, there are a lot of visitors comes there, a lot of human traffic comes. There are stops, right? There are visitors, there are tourists, there are poachers, right? Everybody comes and goes on the park. So we said, instead of, if you have to protect the poachers, protect the animals, we have to track the people, because the people who are creating problem, not the animals. So that's the change we brought over there. The first pilot project was taken for around 62,000 hectares. There's a very famous game park called Kruger. I hope you must have heard. It's very, very Kruger. It's very near to that. We took this private game reserves. We took around 62,000 hectare area over here. There are a lot of people were there. The boundary were porous, right? So what we did, that we visited that, and you know what we found? It is a remote location. There is lack of basic IT infrastructure there. Even the access control is physical, manual security, and there is hardly any connectivity over there. Even if you find something is happening, how do you contact somebody to react to it, right? In that way, that was the thing on the way. These are the steps we took, which is working with the best technology partners, put a cutting-edge innovative solutions, deep IT expertise and project management skills, and of course, agility to do it. These are the solutions we require to do it. Digital infrastructure, cloud, we require cloud, and I'll tell you why we require, because we wanted some information. Workforce for tomorrow. Cyber security, it is very important. Whatever we are doing required to be secured, right? Otherwise it gets hacked. And along with all the services, we put a solution. So what we did, so if you look at over here, there were CC cameras were put, thermal images on the ground, drone cameras, all kind of things were captured and put it over there. That data was, backup data was fed in the cloud, but that was fed in our analytical engine. Is again a next generation analytical engine. This being compared with a lot of historical data of individuals, of poachers, and the suspect movement. You can find out the movement with thermal image, made it over there. And if there is any, and it is all this data is made available in various platforms. This is very difficult terrain. The rangers, they do not have they have a various different kind of communication. So whatever information we are making possible and comparing and then giving an analysis or a prediction, that was fed into various different kind of, one. And then if any threat is found, then it was alerted to the security agencies to react and catch the alert over there. We use helicopter rangers. They come and then attack over there. And just to see here, backup data, as I said, we capture the data on that. And then, of course, as I said, multiple data, it needs to be available. We do a lot of analysis of the data. It has to be data has to make sense. And if any threat alert is given, then it is given to armed guards, which are available on helicopters, and they come and then rescue and then arrest those poachers for that matter. Of course, as I said, it is very important that it needs to be all secured. So security is very, very important. I wish ma'am would have been again here. Every project she would have liked, completely data protected with these threats about that, which is important. And what is the success rate? The first 2 years, the poaching dropped. First year itself, the poaching dropped by 96%. And last 2 years, there has been no poaching in this garden. Not a single poaching over there. What is next? That is done in a let's say 62,000 hectare one. Even more data and more analysis can do a lot. Today we are doing for rhino. What about whales? What about we do it on an ocean? How do we protect them? There are people killing them, right? So what we are saying that we are enhancing our capabilities over here. There is more data can give many more avenues and we can really contribute to our society and protect these endangered species, right? And as I said, it's not about rhino. Tomorrow it can be in whale. How do we protect? And what else? In India, what is that? Tiger. And that's what I'm coming into. What we did after that is that what the future holds, right? So within South Africa, first we did is about we expanded into various other game parks, and now to India for tiger. There's another one which is completely, people are killing tigers for various reasons for it. Just summarize, 2 minutes video. Hopefully you'll like it, what we are doing over there.
I have a passion for conservation, for the situation in South Africa, where we were losing 1 rhino every 8 hours, which equated to 3 rhinos per day. And it was the perfect time in approaching Cisco to work alongside us in this private game reserve to try and stop that completely.
We said we need help to be given an early warning of someone human coming in the park. We don't want to spend our time wrestling the rhino and leave him and her alone to go and do what they do, which is to roam freely.
They've made things available to us that we never thought possible.
We put together a solution, a reserve area network. It's the only proactive solution of its kind. I think a critical success factor with the reserve area network is that the team on the ground adopted the reserve area network.
Our vision is to be a lighthouse for animals and for conservation in Africa, and it's possible.
We are setting up a model here of how you put all these forces together to protect the park.
So we've expanded into Kenya and into Zambia. Zambia was a very different solution into a national park on a lake where we created a virtual fence line. Any makoro, which is a dugout little boat, as it passed the virtual fence line, a patrol boat would be sent out to intercept. We are just starting our 3rd project now in northern Kenya, where it's very similar to our pilot project. We're bringing in 6 remote areas effectively into a central control room. Our solution, being a proactive solution, is effectively what we want to install globally.
We always say the age of restoration will be born on the back of the age of information. Now that we can understand and see what we are doing, the human species is creative and it can begin to reach out and restore.
There's massive expansion plans. We have set up a foundation called the Connected Conservation Foundation for non-profit. We're looking to raise money effectively from philanthropists and big corporates. I like the word journey because I don't think anything that you have is finite. Technology is something that you're continually working on for improvement and betterment of the human population.
Go to 0 kills in terms of the park, and we're almost there already. And we create safe haven, that'll be a great step forward for us all as humanity.
It is the evolution of a dream. I've always said my dreams I like to make a reality. I'd like to eradicate all forms of poaching. That to me would be one of the most successful things I believe I could achieve in my life.
Thank you. With that, I come to the end of my presentation with the theme that together with our partners, together with our clients, together with society, which is me and you, we can deploy innovative technology solutions that can not only benefit our business, but society and environment. Thank you so much for listening to me. It was very interesting and for interacting with you. I liked it very much. I hope you liked it also. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shailendra Badoni. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Due to the paucity of time, we'll not be able to take any questions at this point in time, but Mr. Badoni will be available during the lunch break, so please feel free.
Thank you.
May we please have Falguni Rolekar, VP Outreach at the PMI Mumbai chapter, to present this token of appreciation to Mr. Badoni, to Mr. Badoni.
Thank you
so much for
Thank you. You want to come? Do I come?
Sure, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will pack it and we'll give you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you again. Thanks. Bye-bye.
A quick round of thanks to our sponsors that have made it possible for us to have this event. NMIS, Narsi Monji Institute of Management Services, Zoho Projects, Shamra Vittal Cooperative Bank Limited, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Ambit Software Private Limited, and Ventronics.